We're going to show you guys how to program a PLU on your scale. So let's go ahead and go into our programming settings. Once you're in your programming screen, your first option is going to be create and edit PLUs, which is what we're going to be focusing on today. We're going to hit print, and the first thing it's going to ask you is to put in a PLU number. This is going to be our first PLU, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit 1. Once you've decided on what your PLU number will be, it's going to take you to the following screen where you need to decide if your PLU is going to be by weight or by count. By weight, it's pretty self-explanatory, whereas by count will be by pieces. We're going to do by weight, so I'm going to hit 1. The following screen is asking me for a commodity name, which will be the name of the item sold. In this case, I'm going to write apple. I'll hit print, and that'll take me to the following option, which is commodity name 2. This is the second line under that first line, which I've set it as apple. Now let's say this apple is a Honeycrisp. I'm just going to go ahead and write that. So once my label prints out, it'll say apple Honeycrisp. I'm going to hit print. We're going to go to the following option, which is group code. For our purposes, you don't need this, so let's hit print. Upc code, hit print again. But something that we do want to mention is when you are programming your scale, and every time you're creating a PLU, your UPC code should be the same. It's a good idea to keep things organized. So right now it's on 1, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit print once again. Now it's asking me for the price of this apple. If I'm selling this apple for $1.99 a pound, this is showing, you're just going to go ahead and hit print or override the price and put the price that you need to input. We'll go a little deeper into how to program the shelf life, but for now we're going to leave it at 0. 0 means that on the label it's going to show today's date, the pack on date, but it won't have a sell by date. We're going to go to the following screen, which is shelf time now. I don't need anything on here, so I'm going to hit print. The tare weight is for items that are being sold in a container, where you don't want to count the weight of the container in regards to the price. So if you're selling a fruit bowl, for example, you would ideally weigh the container, see how much that weighs, and when you're programming a PLU, once you get to this option, your tare weight, the weight of the container is what you'll input here. You don't have a container, we don't need tare weight, so we're going to hit print to go on to the following screen, which is origin. Origin will designate the location of where this item or product is being sold, where it's coming from. We don't quite need that for our purposes, so we're going to move on. It's going to take us to the ingredients screen. Ingredients you will need for products that are cooked or have various ingredients in it that you will need to display on your label. Our apple doesn't have any other ingredients, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit print. Now for ingredients, you're going to get up to 10 lines, and because I don't need any of them, I'm going to skip all of them. Following that, it's going to give me the nutritional facts, which I can fill in, but for my purposes, it won't quite serve me, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that. I think this one will give you about 6 lines, and once you're done with that, it'll spit out a test label with the name you've programmed on top, Apple Honeycrisp.